Welcome back. Millions of businesses are created across the country each year. So if you're thinking of starting one, you're not alone. But how do you know what type of business entity is right for you? We've got a legal expert, Danielle, here to break it all down for us. How are you? Thanks for being here.
Good. Thank you so much for having me, Lauren.
Of course. So what should people really be thinking about when they're considering what type of business formation?
Well, one of the biggest issues is liability. What is your risk tolerance? Because a lot of people don't realize that some business entities, if you're sued in the business, you can be personally liable. So that's a really big one. The other issues are how many owners are there going to be? Is it just you? Do you want to have a group of people or investors? And there's also taxation issues and paperwork as well. Like how much are you willing to go through in order to have your business organized?
Why do you think that in the new year, people tend to have these thoughts of, I want to start a business and really start getting after it? Is it just the newness of a new year, so to speak?
It can be. I mean, there's also a lot of people who are kind of taking stock of last year, thinking about, 2025. Maybe they're retired, but they're bored and they're thinking about, second careers, whether it's consulting or rental property. But we're seeing more and more business owners for sure.
And I love that. So what are some of the pros and cons with each type of business entity?
Well, some of them are really simple, like a sole proprietorship. It's a very simple type of business, and that's great because you don't have to deal with all the paperwork and multiple owners. The problem is if the business is sued, you could be personally liable. And as an attorney, I do not want that for any of my clients.
Yeah.
On the other side of the spectrum, you have corporations, and corporations are great because they protect you from that personal liability, but there's a lot more hoops to jump through as far as paperwork you have to file. Then there can be taxation issues as well. So between those two, there's something called a limited liability company, which is really like the best of both worlds.
Okay, and is that something you would recommend for most of your clients? And if so, why?
Absolutely, because you can have one owner, you can have multiple owners, there's a little paperwork with it, but nothing like a corporation, and most importantly, it can protect you from that personal liability.
And with multiple owners, because I'm seeing that a lot, like a group of friends might go into business, what should people be thinking about when they decide to do that?
Put it in writing. I mean, you can have a partnership with your best friends, but at the end of the day, if you are not on the same page and you don't document things, you could have a falling out, and you could also be held personally liable depending on how things are set up.
Yeah.
That's a big risk to take. So you're always better off to meet with your attorney and get things in writing.
Lots to consider. And if people want to get more information, they want to get in contact with you, how can they do it?
They can reach us at brmmlaw.com.
All right, Danielle, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate it.